My God, at the bottom of the deck, you have the devil. And again, you guys remember these are general messages, right? It's not going to be for everybody, but you have the world immediately after that, though. So, whatever it is that has power over you, there's definitely a completion coming, and a good one at that. But wow, okay, so with the Two of Pentacles, for you guys, I feel like this is definitely about juggling two different situations here and really needing to drop one. I don't think it's about flexibility. I think you're able to continue doing this, but I think now there needs to be a look at what it is that you're trying to balance out in your life right now, especially with the devil being at the bottom there and feeling like something has control over you, right? Now, with the Seven of Swords as the past coming through, I don't know. I don't really feel like this is about somebody intentionally being deceitful. I think that you're withholding what you want to do because of you hoping for the Ace of Cups here. And then I look at the Hierophant, and I think that the reason why there's still the balancing act here is because there's a commitment. With the Hierophant, there's so many different things with this. When you look at this one and it talks about, doing things in the traditional sense, right? It may be that you feel like this is something that you need to continue doing, but with death being in the present moment, it's like it has to be over, like it's over with, right? Like you can't continue to manage out something that needs to be done and over with, but this again is about change, right? I don't know. I look at this and I think it's not about you feeling like you can't go back to something. It's more about, something is definitely over with. And with the Hierophant, a commitment, right, or feeling like the traditional way of doing things is the right way to go, especially if you're, feeling like there's something else that you should be doing, but you're not really talking about with the Seven of Swords. Now, with the Wheel of Fortune being in future conditions with Judgment, I mean, basically the past is the past, right? Even if you were dealing with deception, right? Or people being deceived. But I think that's about you withholding what you were wanting. Look at this and I think with the Wheel of Fortune, it is an opportunity for better things to happen, right? The turning of the wheel here, fate and destiny. But with Judgment being there, you can either repeat the same thing over and over again here, or you can review this and stop trying to, manage a situation that you want to be done with. And it's the same damn feeling, I swear to God. Looking at the Page of Swords is your best pal. There's a reason why there's a withholding of communication here. I think more so Seven of Swords and talking about, what you actually have planned or what you want to do here. And it may be because, with the Page of Swords, misinformation, there's a reason why this shows up together like this. To me, it's almost like not wanting to talk about it because it's not going to be accurately, looked at. The Page of Swords, to me, I mean, beyond it being about like bad news here, because of it being your advice, it is about paying attention to details, asking questions, right? Needing more information. But I don't think that that's it. I look at this and I think with the Seven of Swords as the past coming through, there's a need for you to be more open and honest and forthright with communication, especially if you're wanting a situation to be over with here. But I look at the Ace of Cups and I think, this is what you're wanting, but right now it's like you're stuck still trying to manage out something else that should have been over with a long time ago. If you want that new beginning, if you want to be happy, if you want to have that emotional fulfillment, there needs to be a review of what you're doing right now and why you feel like you're trying to juggle all this shit out, right? Or trying to manage two different situations, whether it's relationships or work. But I feel like, again, the reason why you're doing this is because of the Hierophant being in your environment. But then, being connected to death, it's like, no, the traditional way of doing things is over with now. Things need to change, right? Something definitely needs to be over with for you before the wheel can start turning. But you're going to have to review what it is that you're trying to balance out here. But I worry about this. I worry about you possibly dealing with somebody who would otherwise misuse the information if you were to communicate it, which may be why, the Seven of Swords is a pass coming through. But I look at this and I think, you're not wanting to do this. I don't think that this is something that you're wanting to do or having to act this way, but there's definitely something that needs to be reviewed and looked at here. I don't think it's about resurrection here. I think it's about definitely something needing to be over with in order for you to get to the Ace of Cups. And it's funny because I swear to God, it's like the main theme this week so far. And then the Nine of Cups. So yeah, it is about you. I feel like putting something to rest, right? Not resurrecting, but it needs to be over with. Now with the Eight of Wands, again, with the Seven of Swords, and then looking at the Hierophant, there needs to be direct communication, but it's not like the Knight of Swords where it needs to be harsh or anything like that. But then I also feel like things may have changed for you really quickly here. Because I look at it and think there's a reason why you're not talking about it. Like all of a sudden things change, but you're needing to review why you're still balancing something out. Now with the Queen of Wands, I see that as you, right? And I think more about self-image when I look at her. Now, definitely being, enthusiastic, being able to manage what is going on for sure. But then I also feel like there may be a little bit of worry about how you're going to look if you do decide to end something to start something else, But looking at the Nine of Cups coming out, it's about your overall happiness. I mean, it's not the happily ever after here, but what do you really want? What is really going to make you happy? And what you're hoping for is that Ace of Cups, a new beginning, right? Feeling abundant in all areas of your life here, but also being happy, being happy, and stop trying to manage something you want to be over with. With the Death, I see more so you needing to end it because it's definitely over, or it should have been over a long time ago. Wow, Leo, I swear to God, that seems to be like the major theme this week. People not discussing things, people feeling like they need to be sneaky and deceptive, worried about what other people are going to think or what other people are going to say, needing to have more information here. But I feel like, this is now is the opportunity here for you to stop doing this, right? Look at it, let it go, put something to rest, open up to the new beginning and what you actually want, and don't worry about what other people are going to think of you, because I feel like that more so with this Queen of Wands being connected to Death and the Hierophant, right? Continuing to do something because you feel like that is what is meant to be done because it's tradition, but it no longer works for you. It needs to be over with. But then how are other people going to look at you? Screw that, right? Do what you feel is right for you. What is going to make you happy? Damn. All right. Let's see what is going on with relationships. So for those of you who are single, strength, obviously you, right? But express your love. You need to find the inner strength here to express how you feel to somebody. And that's basically it. And it looks good, right? Now, for those of you who are in a relationship here, I look at the Hangman, and first of all, I feel like these are two people who are bound to each other, right? Which is a good thing. But then, traditionally here with the Hangman, being in a state of limbo here and waiting on somebody else, well, instead of doing that, maybe it's time to lighten up the energy, right? And just be playful, be happy, have fun. Don't put too much weight on a relationship, right? But it may be that, that's how you're going to get the other person to open up, in a relationship here. But I still look at the Hangman and I feel like bound together. You're bound together, but there's a need to lighten things up. But not bad, not bad. But I do think that as far as the general, something needs to be laid to rest for you so that you're not constantly doing this balancing act because you feel like it's something that you're supposed to do, right? It needs to be over with. it should have been over with a long time ago. Don't worry about what other people are going to think or how they're going to see you based on you making a choice to stop doing something here to eventually go back to what is going to make you happy, right? You are responsible for your own happiness. If you want that Ace of Cups, then, you can't keep doing this. You can't keep, trying to figure something out that isn't working for you anymore. Like I said, I don't think it's about resurrection. I think it's about laying something to rest for good. But I don't feel bad about it. I just think that maybe some of you are worried about what other people are going to think based on what you do. Screw that. Do what is going to make you happy. You shouldn't be in a place where you feel like you need to keep those things to yourself, because I do think that that's what the Seven of Swords is about.